Would you say you have daddy issues?
I do.
You do.
I do.
You have daddy issues.
I have the daddiest of issues.
You have daddy what? You have daddy what? Say that.
I have the daddiest of issues.
You have the daddiest of issues. I have never heard that. That clip needs to go viral. I have the daddiest of issues.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Daughter with Daddy Issues podcast. Here we get raw, real, and vulnerable. We bring the heart, the mind, the body, and the soul together as we explore the complexities and nuances of the father-daughter relationship.
So, welcome, Maria.
Thank you. It's
Welcome,
nice to be
Shupa.
here.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, I'm glad
We're excited.
to be here.
I listened to your first season and I felt very moved by the level of vulnerability that it took.
Thank you.
And I think that that's like very rare coming from our community too. And so I'm really excited to be here and be part of it.
Thank you.
I think, yeah, you're doing good work in the world.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. This is super special for me because this is not only my very first episode that I'm recording from a studio, even though it's season 2, but both Maria and Shupa are actually from Bangladesh. I'm going to start with Maria.
Okay.
When did you come to Canada?
I came to Canada a very long time ago. We came here in 1999.
Wow.
My family moved here from Russia. My parents went to school in Russia.
Wow.
So they left home very early, which I think was very formative to who they were as parents. I feel like when they say your prefrontal cortex develops at age 24 or whatever, my parents left home at 18 and they were just like raw dogging reality, you know, like in a different country, learning a different language. And it really informed who they became and how hardened that reality made them. But yeah, so we were in Russia and we came here when I was 5. So it's been a long time.
Were you born in Russia?
Yeah.
Wow. How long did you live in Bangladesh?
I haven't lived in Bangladesh. Yeah. So, the longest I've been there and at a stretch is maybe like a month in my childhood and then 2 weeks at a time from the time I was in grade school. Yeah.
The way you embody the culture is just so beautiful.
Thank you. Thanks.
It's oh my gosh, I love that. I need to come back to that. Thank you. Tell me, what do you do?
So I do lots of different things for the past few years with Shupa, who's my cousin. We've been working on a startup for late diagnosed or questioning autistic ADHD women, primarily women of color who are seeking alternate care solutions. Like there's a lot of issues with our healthcare system and it's extremely expensive to get diagnosed. And brown women often aren't represented in the research. And so there's like this very big gap to diagnosis for people of color. And so I got diagnosed myself when I was 27 with autism and ADHD. And so for me, it became like, it just like broke my reality. I have to really rethink everything I knew about my life from the time that I was a child and all of the things that I've internalized and all of the things that I've like felt very ashamed of my whole life.
Right.
Because obviously the perception of autism and the way that we treat people with neurodivergence, I think still is very problematic, especially in South Asian Bengali culture. I think watching, you know, family members that I've had with more visible neurodivergence have been treated very differently. And so from the time that I was a young kid, it was very important to me to mask and really try to overachieve my way out of this. If you know yourself, you know when you know where you're struggling and you know where you're having to hide who you are from people. And so that comes with a lot of trauma. That comes with a lot of built up resentment you have towards yourself for not being able to do the things that other people can do and not having a name for that, not having a label or something that makes you feel like, oh, okay, this isn't a unique experience that I'm having where I'm just so fucked up and so weird. So finding out that I was autistic was like a very big deal for me, and it helped me find community and find people who understood my experiences. And so I think I was very fortunate to be able to pay for an assessment because it's not covered under OHIP. And it was like, it cost 2 months of my rent, basically. It was very expensive. And so I think that it should be easier to access that information. I think that there's people that are in situations where they can't afford to pay for that diagnosis or don't want to for a multitude of reasons, like including the stigma of it. Right. And so I think whether or not you want to label yourself with the term, at least there should be a space for you to explore the different parts of your brain and how they work and how you can accommodate yourself and how you can give yourself tools to regulate to get through your day better, based on how your nervous system's wired, based on how your brain is wired. And so that's our passion project that we've been building for 3 years, is just this resource for that.
Wow.
But apart from that, the past few years I have worked in the restaurant industry because my dad like impulsively bought a restaurant. Here's the first mention of my dad.
Welcome to the Daughter with Daddy Issues podcast. We talk about dads in this show.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So I did restaurant management for the past few years. And I'm currently transitioning out of that. And some of those duties have been taken over by my cousin, who's now managing the restaurant full time. And she's doing a way better job than me because she actually grew up in Bangladesh and understands the food and understands the culture and understands so many things about dealing with Bengali people on a day-to-day basis that I'm very out of my depth for. So she's doing great. And I'm doing less of that. So it's been really nice.
What a beautiful example of family members being your coworkers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So I started therapy in 2013. Why I started therapy, I actually talk about that in season 1, episode 2, if you're curious. But what I'm trying to say is when you start knowing how your brain works, just knowing about it helps understanding how to navigate it.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you don't know, then
yeah.
you're fucked. Yeah. If you don't know, then you're
Yes.
just like grasping at straws
Yes.
through life. Before diagnosis, it's a lot of that. Yeah. It is really crazy how often post these realizations, like I would have just like full on anxiety attacks, panic attacks, because like, what do you do with the information?
What do you do with the information?
Yeah. What do you do with the information? They give you the information and they're just like, good luck. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah. And then your whole body is just like hyperventilating because what do you do? And how do you like return to work and act like everything's normal? When you have so much to learn about and so much to like think about. Yeah. Yeah.
What
and
do
then
you
you
do?
just have to go back to normal because like people don't want to talk about it.
Sometimes you can't turn to family, but yes, you are absolutely right. Knowing is half the journey. And I have really high standards when it comes to recommending somebody, but I really want to recommend the book, Complex PTSD From Surviving to Thriving by Pete Walker.
Okay.
That was the book. It just opened up my eyes to like, wow, this is the nervous system. This is complex PTSD. This is emotional dysregulation. This is flight or fight. This is freeze. And after I started getting into that is when I started learning, okay, now I need to be discerning towards what is safe for me. What feels unsafe? Where am I people pleasing? Where am I abandoning myself?
I know what you mean because there are certain books that just like break your brain open and then you're just like, who am I? Like, you know, like there's that one, Set Boundaries, Find Peace. There's a workbook for that. It's Nedra Glover Tawwab. She was very straightforward. She was like, where are you like letting yourself down? Where are you bending over backwards trying to like please people? Like list all of your relationships and the boundaries you have in them and where you don't have boundaries. List where you're angry all the time and question, what are you angry about? Is it where you haven't set a boundary? And I'm like,
Yes.
I was like so angry
Yes.
because some books just rip you wide open and then you're just like, I have to really sit with that and I don't know what to do with that. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
And speaking of boundaries, sometimes we don't even know that we are allowed to set boundaries.
yeah.
We haven't been even taught that we are allowed to set boundaries. And then we're not taught how to set boundaries. And then we're not taught how to approach a situation when our boundaries are crossed. You ever going to say something?
I still haven't learned how to fix that. Like when my boundaries are crossed, I still don't know what the right approach is. Sometimes I will just crash out on a person and then I'll be like, that's the only way I know how to do it. Cause that's the most authentic to who I am. And that's where my nervous system is right now. You know, like and maybe 6 months later or a year later, I'll be like, I maybe should have approached it differently, but you can't tell when your body's in that state.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just have to continue on a healing journey and keep
on the
going.
healing journey. Continue on the healing journey.
Yeah.
I'm going to come right back to you very soon.
Please.
Welcome again to the show. I'm so happy you're here.
Happy to be here.
Are you comfortable?
I'm so comfortable.
Are you relaxed?
I'm so good.
Do you want to lean back?
I'm leaned so far back. I'm thriving.
You're thriving. This is so special for me. The fact that you guys are here, somebody pinch me.
I'll pinch you. My hand's sweaty.
Sorry, I'm too far.
Before I move on to my darling Shupa, if you want to try some authentic Bengali cuisine, Ruposhi Bangla is your place. And you will have amazing Maria and Shupa host you there.
We're at 2680 Lawrence Avenue East.
2680
Lawrence Avenue East.
Lawrence Avenue East, Scarborough, Ontario.
It's at Midland and Lawrence. It's across the street from Abu Bakr Masjid.
Ruposhi Bangla, guys. What are some things on your menu?
There's a lot of parta if you guys are fans of partas. There's a lot of biryani. There's
Biryani.
a lot of sweets these days, which is really exciting.
Laddu.
A lot of Bengali
Kalujam.
sweets.
We have a kalujam. We don't have a
Guri
laddu.
mishti doi.
Show up at Ruposhi Bangla if you want to taste some authentic Bengali cuisine.
Thank you for the plug. That means a lot.
Absolutely. And it's going to go on Instagram. And then we're going to do a collab with like my
We'll
account,
collab.
my account, your account, and then Ruposhi Bangla account.
Bangla account.
Ruposhi Bangla account. And then,
And then if my dad has Instagram, we'll add him too.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I'm done. I'm done.
If
Tapping out.
any uncle or auntie is watching this, I hope you're proud of me. I'm breaking. I am breaking intergenerational trauma. ঠিক আছে মেবি আপনার বাচ্চারা এটা দেখে আপনাদের সাথে আপনাদের সাথে সম্পর্ক ভালো হয়ে যেতে পারে you never know so আমার কোনো কাজিনরা মনে হয় এগুলো দেখবে না আমি চাই না দেখুক আসলে to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have like how's your relationship with your cousins?
Oh guys, we will need like 3 hours of that and maybe 2 bottles of wine. You asked me a question before I could ask you. Okay.
That's true.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. So tell us, what made you say yes to the show?
I think the most important reason is about our stories needing a space. I think back to COVID, right? When we were all stuck at home and I had just moved to Canada like a few months back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when did you move to Canada?
2019.
Oh, wow.
Fall of 2019, started my master's, and then immediately, like a few months later, COVID hit.
What were you doing your master's in?
Sustainability management,
Wow. Which university?
Waterloo.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
I mean,
She's a
I don't know
huge
about
nerd.
that.
She's being modest, but she's a huge nerd.
That is so impressive.
my dad is not impressed, but was not. But I would say, I think during that time, I was living in my dorm room and not having any human contact for like months at a time was when I was discovering who I am as a person, because that was also the first time I was living by myself in my mid-20s.
Wow.
For the first time. So a huge transition. And then I think that was the time when I was like watching all of these people on social media sharing their stories. A lot of that resonated with me. I think that was the time when I was discovering my own neurodivergence, because
Right.
Maria was, would share her stories and like, this is what I learned today. And I was like, wait, I think I also have that experience, but when you don't have a label for it.
Correct.
And so I think coming back to your question, what made me say yes was that I think it's really important for me, if I have overcome the shame and the stigma of sharing my personal stories, then I think it is my service and my like duty to community to make other people feel comfortable through my stories, because I think we all tend to do this thing where we're like, I am the only person who is experiencing this. Like
Right.
this struggle that I have is unique to me, and I'm the only one that's fucked up. And everyone else has like normal lives.
Yeah.
Everyone else is normal. I'm the only one who's weird. And I feel like the more we just bare ourselves to the world, the more other people feel comfortable, and that's really important to me. So I think that's why I said yes. Sorry, that was like a really long-winded way of saying.
No, I wanted that. I wanted that.
I really appreciate that. And I think I also want to say how thankful I am to you, because I think I am extremely rejection sensitive. And so to the point where I'm like, I'm not gonna put myself out there ever, even if I want to badly. But you made me feel comfortable enough to put myself out there today.
Yes.
So thank you.
Of course. And I just want to take a moment to share how hard it has been for women of color, women from our background, culture, religion, to be able to talk about mental health, to be able to open ourselves up and hold a mirror to unhealthy family dynamics. That takes a lot of courage.
Yeah, we're dealing with a lot of internalized shame and I don't know, self-hatred. That's a strong word to use, I think, but like self-hatred when it comes to, having to assimilate into a culture, self-hatred when it comes to being a woman in society, when it comes to being a brown woman in society, when it comes to being a Bengali woman in society. Like there's just so much to there's so much you have to push past in order to try to live more authentically to who you are.
Correct.
And yeah, sometimes it feels very insurmountable.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. I just love how we started and went right deep into the conversation. I actually
Sorry.
love that. Please don't apologize. I love that. We were like, let's get into it. Can I talk about astrology?
Yeah.
We are all moon water signs.
Emo.
Do you want to share which one you are?
I am a Cancer moon.
You're a Cancer moon.
So am I.
You're a Cancer moon too?
Yes.
I am a Scorpio moon. So it's all water signs, which is powerful. So you two are cousins.
Yes. Our dads are siblings, brothers.
Would you say you have daddy issues?
I do.
You do.
I do.
You have daddy issues.
I have the daddiest of issues.
You have daddy what? You have daddy what? Say that.
I have the daddiest of issues.
You have the daddiest
daddiest
of
of
issues. I have never heard that. That clip needs to go viral. I have the daddiest of issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have daddy issues?
I 100% do.
You 100% do. Like no hesitation.
Can confirm. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
I haven't been able to say that out loud to the world that I have daddy issues. Guys, I have daddy issues. When do you want to start talking about daddy issues?
right
Right
now.
now.
Who wants to go first?
I was loving Shupa talking.
You're loving Shupa talking.
I want to hear more of Shupa talking.
Shupa,
Yes.
are you ready?
Yes. I was initially a little thrown off because my uncle called me about work and then yelled at me for forgetting something.
That's my father.
And I was like, Uncle, I have ADHD, but I can't say that because then he would roll his eyes
Over
so
the
far.
phone.
Okay, so before we started recording, Maria's dad had ended up calling Shupa because they're both paternal cousins. And then that's why I started with Maria, because I wanted to give you some time to settle down.
Thank
And
you.
then just, so tell me one thing that you love about your dad.
I love that. So my dad passed away recently. But one thing I loved about my dad was that he was an extremely affectionate person, despite his, temper or, like typical Bengali dad temperament. He was still very affectionate and he was never afraid to show it in front of people or when we were by ourselves. He was never afraid to show his emotion to us or to express how much he loved us or how much he missed us when he was away. And I think that takes a lot took a lot for him because he didn't see that growing up, I think, from his own father. So I always really appreciated that.
I'm really sorry. I didn't know about that.
That's okay.
How are you feeling now?
I'm okay, I think I'm glad we're having this conversation because I sometimes forget that my dad passed away because we wouldn't really talk on a regular basis because he was in Bangladesh and I was here. And I would avoid calling him, which is a great shame for me. Like I would feel a lot of shame around that, but I think I wouldn't communicate with him on a regular basis because it was a lot of, just unmet expectations on his part.
Right.
And the conversation would just be about how I should, like all the things I should do, and never about like how I'm doing, in this country by
Right.
myself without them. So I would avoid talking to him. And so sometimes I really do forget. And then I remember that he's actually not here anymore.
Right.
But yeah.
I think I'm tearing up a little bit because my dad is alive, but he's in Bangladesh too. And
Yeah.
we don't talk.
Yeah.
We haven't spoken in over 6 months now. And the last time we spoke, it was a fight, but it was just something that I always dreaded talking to him.
I think that's a really painful thing too, that you want, like I always wanted to have a really deep, meaningful, authentic relationship with my dad. But I think, I always find like we're always just each other's like worst enemies because he also wanted that, I'm sure, but I don't think he just quite didn't know how to go about it. And so he would always put his anxieties and his fears first. Like, why aren't you getting a PhD? Even though I explicitly told him that that's not what I want to do. Or like, why aren't you doing this? Or why aren't you doing that? Or like making me feel ashamed about my life choices. Instead of just asking like, Mamuni tumi thik acho? Just that simple question. And I think that's all it would have taken for us to have a better relationship. I think he just didn't know it. And I think I also, on my part, I didn't tell him, right? Because I also had that resentment that you're older than me. Why don't you already know, you old fart? Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you don't blame yourself for not communicating as much as you now feel you wanted to or should have or would have.
I think I don't think I blame myself. I think I do feel a lot of regret. I think it's just like I can't help it. I feel a lot of regret about all the things that we could have had as, like father and daughter. I think all the daddy issues that I have, I don't think were because my dad was never unnecessarily cruel, like a lot of fathers, or I don't think he was like he didn't hate me or he never abandoned me. But I think it was just like my dad was 49 years older than me. So to start off, right?
Yes.
A huge age gap, huge generation gap. He was a military guy. And he was the oldest of like how many siblings?
7.
7.
8? It might be
Oldest
8.
of
eight
siblings.
It might be 8. Wait, 5 brothers, 2 sisters? Or 6 brothers, 2 sisters? I think it's 6.
6 brothers, 2 sisters. I think, yeah.
Sorry, 3 of them have passed. 3 of them are still alive. I remember that from last week when my dad said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's 8 siblings.
Yeah.
And your dad was the
Eldest.
eldest.
Yeah.
And your dad is the youngest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really interesting dynamic.
I bet. So your dad recently passed. There's a part of you that still regrets. I'll save this for the end. I just had a question, but I'll save this for literally for the end of the episode.
Sure.
For both of you. When you say you have the daddiest issues, when was the first time you felt like you have daddy issues?
I think it was when I noticed that every single problem in my life or every challenge that I come across has something to do with my father. And not in a way where like it's all his fault, but just who I am as a person, my personality. Like, let's start with that, right? Like I have been I think as a kid, I was told that I was extremely shy now we know that I'm autistic. And I think my father's overbearing nature exacerbated that.
Right.
To the point where I would often become nonverbal. And so
Can I add one thing, which is like her dad was a military dad, and I've heard stories of when he would come home, people would line up, the Von Trapp family and Sound of Music. Like it was that sort of vibe. Like it was very much like, this is a serious man. You can't be funny around this man. You can't be goofy around this man.
yeah.
And I think that probably speaks to a lot of your formative years.
Yeah,
But you're
like
such
we
a
would have
goofy
to watch
kid.
out for his footsteps.
Yeah.
Like when he would walk through the door, we couldn't be caught idling around, like doing nothing or just having, regular old fun, just existing. We had to be doing something, like fulfilling our roles. I had to be studying. My mom had to be in the kitchen. The people working in our house had to be doing their job. No one could be just sitting around, just existing in their living room or something. And I think that has made me extremely, even now when I'm trying to relax, just like,
Feels unnatural.
Yeah.
So you would walk on eggshells around your dad.
yes.
So you were most often than not, if I'm assuming right, scared of him.
Yeah. You could say that 100%. Like I was scared of him. And when I look back, I'm not really sure what I was scared of, but in my child brain, it felt like a life and death situation, even though my dad never really raised his hand on me. Like he never hit me, but in my mind, it felt like he was going to kill me. Even though...
Can I? Sorry.
Yeah.
One other thing I want to add is the part of the autistic experience, I think, is being a literal thinker. So this
Yeah.
is a huge problem that I had with my dad too, where my dad never learned that, you can't say certain things to kids because they will take that shit seriously. Like, oh, I'm going to I'm going to call the cops on you, or like
Get out of the house.
Yeah, I'm going to kick you out of the house. I'm going to disown you. Like those sorts of things.
Those are
where like
scary.
they can really just come back from that half an hour later, but it's like scarred you for life.
Yeah.
Because they just don't know that you're not supposed to say those things to a child who's going to like interpret what you're saying as like a life or death situation. Like if I get kicked out of this house, I'm cooked. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like a funny prank if you're doing it to a fully grown adult,
Correct. But not to a child.
But yeah, sometimes like they just don't know that. And then the damage is done. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't think they realize that kids need like that kind of unconditional, like that knowledge that my parent, like no matter what happens,
Right.
they're going to be, which they will be, right? Like I feel like our parents, like at the end of the day, they would do anything for us if it came down to it, except for, we're
Right.
trying to be supportive. But
Right.
I feel like they don't understand that especially as kids, we need to know
Right.
that you are never going to abandon me, or you're never
Right.
going to disown me no matter what I do. And then, shashun jeta,
Heh.
oita oitar jaygaয়,
Heh.
but I don't think they know how to differentiate that.
Yeah, they don't. So you were mentioning how you don't even know why you would be scared, but it would be like life and death to your little Shupa self nervous system.
Yeah.
Did you ever sorry, you were going to say something?
I think I was gonna say another reason for I think having a strained relationship with my father, a big reason for that was my mother and his relationship with my mother.
Right.
This is like, I think now that I'm talking about it, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm like exposing my family. That's whatever.
Whatever you're comfortable with
Yeah.
sharing.
And I think, you know how I mentioned that he was very affectionate, but he was also someone with a very short temper. So it just the duality of it, I think, would break my brain. That like, how can someone who is this affectionate and nice and soft, who is capable of this level of gentleness and tenderness, can also be so tactless and so incredibly
Take your time.
rude or
Rude.
like, you know, how can someone who can give me the cuddliest of hugs also break a plate because the food was too salty? But my mother spent so much time making it, and, you know, it broke her heart because she put a lot of effort into it. And how can someone who takes so much pride in my accomplishments or wants me to be accomplished also in the same breath tell my mother that you are uneducated, so your opinion doesn't matter? So I think that was a big reason why I had a strained relationship with my father, because I just couldn't compartmentalize those two things. You know, I just couldn't be like, so what, he is like that with my mother. He's nice to me at least. I just couldn't do that.
Right.
But I also didn't know how to explain that. I think I just would go silent.
Right.
And then my father wouldn't understand why. He would just think that I was being a difficult child, or I was being distant, or you know, he would be like, he had his like signature line. He would always be like, "Eta amar shotma," which just means that this is my stepmother. Like when I would stop talking to him, he would just, you know, jokingly be like, "Eta amar shotma, amar ব্যাপারে ছেলের ব্যাপারে carry করে না." And then I just wouldn't have the heart to say that I wasn't speaking to you because of the way you are with my mom.
And also, like, I'm guessing your nervous system would freeze.
Yeah.
Like, it would probably just freeze.
Yeah. Yeah, so much of the time.
How do you think that affected your sense of self or self-esteem?
Quite a bit, I would say. I think even in relationships, right? Or like my self-worth, who I am as a person, or what I think I deserve is informed by my parents' relationship. And I think of my mother as like, you know, someone who's just such a great person. She's so warm and kind and affectionate and just so smart and capable and just so many, you know, all the good things that mothers are. And it just makes me feel like if she, out of all people, got to have this kind of relationship, then what hope is there for me, you know? I think that's where I'm at.
Yeah. Do you think because of the way your relationship with your dad played out, there were times when you settled in dating and relationships?
I think that's where the daddiest stuff issues come in, I think. Because I think because of my relationship with my father, I have always just been so desperate for like some kind of male validation.
Right.
That anytime someone's like,
You're like,
Yeah. Yeah, like anytime someone's like, look, Kime, I'm just like,
Anytime, can we say that again? Anytime someone is like,
you have to look kick to me.
That's the Bengali version of, you're being such a good girl. It's because we wanted to hear that from our dads.
Yeah.
So anytime somebody would do that, you would just
feel like, what red flags?
You'd be like, what red flags?
Yeah.
Like
rose-colored flags.
Rose-colored flags. It's like the red heart.
Yeah.
This is like the red heart flag.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a collage of red heart.
It's a collage of red
flag
heart.
shape.
We have so much in common. This is the second time I'm meeting both of them. And now I'm like, you're like my soul sister.
My goodness.
I feel that.
Feel that too.
guys, can I go pee?
Can
I really have to pee?
Okay, actually, can you give me like 30 seconds?
Yes, I can hold it.
If you were watching this, we are gonna bring it back next week for part 2 with Shupa and Maria, because you don't want to miss what we have to say.
We have a lot to say.
We have a lot to say.
Once we get comfortable.
Yeah, and we will get comfortable after we have peed, because I have to pee too. So thank you. We're going to come back. Thank you for watching this part 1. We will be back for part 2 next week. I will see you next week, guys.